Yeah. Nah. My stomach do be churning when that salad though hit me though. That's why I was moving. I was like, yeah. The little balls in it, yeah. That's like some massage lotion. I could put that on your feet, rub that on your feet. That's gonna be nice, ain't it, baby? So let me see them panties, baby. Toss some things over here. I want to see which ones I want to see you in first. Wait, give me the panties. You acting funny because you got you some new panties. They mine anyways. Shit, nigga, you don't even wear panties unless I say so. This nigga, boy, I tell you, nigga be funny. Oh, yeah.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, we got the ball first? Oh, we got the ball first.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. It's a second down run with Sanders. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Put it down, baby. Put it down. Don't you dare get mommy spray.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice.
Let me see
Get
that
rid
stuff,
of it,
baby.
live to fight another
She
down.
got it with her? Look at this.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. Just a gain of a yard there, now it'll be third down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey, you blind over here. 40. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey, check 24.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
Nope.
Letting one go deep.
Come on, man. That's a pick.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. Yeah, that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
That's a pick. No Rob Gronkowski ain't over no 30 slate. Come on, dog. Nah, I'm just playing. I ain't that type of player.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for
Overly
3.
mad
He'll
for
need
no
all the
reason.
leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard
He
attempt.
bricked it.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer
Love it.
for a shorter field
put
goal,
some of
but he
them
was able to
panties
get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him
After
to
you
begin
watch
things
him
off.
better.
I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him
I'ma hit
stretch
you
it
with
out
the
a little
Denzel.
bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Hey, I'm going to hit
After
you
the
with the
field
Denzel
goal,
talk.
here's Gonzalez to kick
You
it
said at
off.
4 p.m. I said 4 p.m. That's correct. I said
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
I see today in my news. The kind of smile that makes me
The
lose.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd and 1. This will be caught by Randy Moss. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
You got nothing left. You got nothing. Hey, pick your game up.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Randy Moss, 60 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking long to go, right? When he was first from the pocket, a lot of times you see
never just get a straight game. The bean and
poodles
poodles always come in there and tear me apart.
Tremendous body control and a pretty good arm there, too.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. So they will accept the penalty.
PJ Masks TV. Okay.
Forward.
What's this dude coming out in? Which YouTube domino coming out in? Is he gonna bang him down? Oh, power form Y. For sure.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost don't take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson.
Down, boy.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Crunch time. Right now, you got 58. On the 50. Tight dog. Watch the twist. Watch the teammate. Check 26. Alert 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He's going to air one out. That's good. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
And he scored.
Rob Gronkowski. 42 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7.
Smith has left the street.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's see. Nah, baby.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Why the hell is the time running down so quick?
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Safety screaming. Hey. Coming. Slam. Hatchet. 49. Check 49. Bang.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 67 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken very short. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marvin Harrison, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
1st down, Lions.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Who's got 84? Check 84. Single.
Second and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Just give me a second. But
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
I got you. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. 30. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the
Let's
air.
go.
Flush
Let's take it to the house, baby. Let's take it to the house.
Wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Randy Moss with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check, here, Mike. Hey, I 7. Switch.
Now Rodgers.
I didn't even think about it.
And off his back foot,
interception.
he'll heave this one deep.
Get the
Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up
They
on the
be
long
playing
one.
me, love.
Now
They
it's
be
third
playing me,
down.
and they giving this.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy
Come on,
once.
ball,
Tried
man.
to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
On third down, Rodgers looking deep downfield. And it's caught inside the 35.
Told you. Man, that should have been...
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll
Come
try
here, boy.
the
Where you
ground
going,
game
boy?
with Jackson. And
outta here.
that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Nah, boy.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Get back out there. Shut up, man. Don't
Gonzalez
forget
able to
them
tack
times.
on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to
Get in that
17.
bed, sit your ass in that bed with nothing on. I like them pennies. Play my game right. Start wax your ass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Girl,
This will be taken very short.
you over, boy. Who you messing with,
And
boy?
they're
That
gonna
boy's
wind up with
Salenga
pretty
girl.
good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
I just kid think you messing with.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Ow.
Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Hey. Mike 50, Mike. Check 4. Check 4. Watch the action.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses have their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop.
Let's go.
Eluding
Let's
the
go.
pressure right.
Let's
Now
go.
on the run, he'll throw
Got
it
him.
back deep over the middle.
Them niggas can't catch.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Let's see what else I got in the bag for this clown. For this clown. Woo-hoo.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ow.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
What don't we
After
get
the
enough time to
delay,
pick
they're
no
backed
plays?
up even further for third and long.
Shit crazy.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, go, Mike 40, Mike 40.
On third down, they turn to Sanders.
Look at that out, baby.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
Let's go, baby.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot. 26 Mike. Get your swerve on.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Don't do it.
Gonna air it out deep for Grunt. And
Get
he's
out
got
of
it.
here, man.
That's caught for a
Shit,
Packers
lame as
touchdown. Rob Gronkowski. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. Now the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
I really asked for a free ride.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Show me that.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Rush coming, he's taken down.
Shazier gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Shoot. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
2nd and 15. Forced out, and he's going to go down again. Jerome Baker able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ryan Shazier picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them.
Give me that, boy.
That'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I know what you're doing to get the catch.
Gronkowski, the intended target.
He's getting better position than me. Not today, baby. Yeah.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Come on, keep sending the help. You ain't doing nothing but teaching.
Harrison.
You ain't doing nothing but teaching.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Keep sending them boys. I like it. I like it. I like it.
They'll look to throw here.
Come on, teach me some more.
It's Moss
teach me some more.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got time right there. Slam.
They'll look to throw.
Gotcha.
Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Randy Moss.
Fuck ass nigga. He's still in that dumbass blitz.
Touchdown,
Lucky I wasn't.
Randy Moss.
Lucky I didn't know what you was gonna do from the beginning. I'd have dotted your little sorry ass up.
So the Lion offense staying
that's
on
all
the
you
field as
motherfuckers
they're
do
going
is
to try
blitz.
for
That's
two.
your whole scheme. Ain't got no scheme though. It's crazy. No scheme.
Back to throw again. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Girl, go on somewhere with that.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Come on,
he's going to be out of
wow,
bounds here
wow.
right at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I need to pass that shit up.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Clouds, right? See what I got for this one. I got something for you.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Press that man. Press that man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Press that man. That's what I like. That's what I like. I like the moving.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, we got a seal. Push him back. Push him.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Let me get that dot up out you, bro.
That's caught by the Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, we'll take that back.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rolling to his right.
Is it another dot?
This is caught inside the 15.
See, that's the big difference between me and you. I can pass. Your ass is trash.
Touchdown.
All you doing is getting that little glitchy run off.
63
but you know what? I got a shit, so you can have the game, but you garbage. Especially to be a YouTuber. You trash.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
Ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the rings. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the rings. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase the rings. beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great color coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP, the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Show don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news. 20 goons and a ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't want no blaming, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Anytime something bad happens,
no, don't wear no deodorant.
every time. We walk, we run, we break, we stumble, we learn. We work together, we innovate, and create.
Why didn't it get it done?
No, just making sure you ordered it.
How'd you know it was done?
Because I know they got done.
Every time.
Sorry.
This has been the key to our survival, the key to our growth. As whenever we thought we were at our weakest, this is when we became the strongest, became the best version of ourselves, and found our way together. Massive. Together in hospital, together in home.
Hey, bro, that sound nice. That sound nice. Now, Weekend League ain't started yet. I thought it did. I thought it was going to, but it didn't start yet. I ain't doing that. Sitting here playing the game. Just listening to these niggas talk. Man, niggas be mad with their phones, bro. But look what I got now. Damn, I wasn't talking the whole time. Man, I just had a whole conversation with you and wasn't even talking to you. Anyways, I said, nah, Weekend League hasn't started yet. But it should, I thought it would have already, but it hasn't. Listening to these niggas gossip, bro. These niggas be tripping about this bowl. Eating a salad. About to go in here and work out in a minute. Or I thought I'm going to do something. But look what I got today to the new edition. I think you already seen him.
I love the idea of the sweet and the heat. I mean, this is working for me, but I feel like Mr. Short
There you go.
it's not trying to get that sweet glaze.
A dog.
I think this is a very pretty dish. Kind of like, and the flavors are great. But it's great across the face. But the conception of this dish, I think it's awesome.
And I got to discuss this for a second.
Put it down, baby. It's finished.
I like both of these approaches. I just think it's going to provide some complete rabbit.
It's got that
I bet the cat feet. You got that with the cat reach. You sitting on my head? Do you want to go on your butt? You guess you okay?
Grateful to Daddy. Where's your butt? Where's your booty? Where's your booty, y'all see y'all? Baby, move that cup so they can see themselves on TV. Look, do you see yourself in the chair? Do you see yourself? Look at you.
Serene, look. Look. On the TV.
Don't try to act like you don't see it, Serene. Look at her.
TV.
She try to act like she don't see it.
Look at the TV.
It's all gone.
That's you. Yes, we're famous. We're on TV.
That's Journey and Serene's daddy. Daddy, she's silly.
No, I see you, Daddy. Hey!
Yes, Daddy.
I'm Sherry. I'm not Sherry. Get your butt out my face, girl. What the? Actually, we did leave. Just now started. Yeah, man, I just upgraded Christian McCoy to an all-90. Bro, that nigga got bougie. Armbar, another bulldozer, bro. That nigga ain't a 96. Yeah, he works.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Only a couple for him there in the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check.
Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh.
He's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Play action. It's Jackson. Going up top.
Oh, that's a pick. That's a pick.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked.
Man, yeah, pause it, because they bailed you out just now. Bull job, man. Damn, it took a nigga 3 hours to respond to a text.
To have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Oh, boy, pick the play.
So that one will be accepted.
I know, baby.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards.
Man, that nigga got kicked for excessive breathing. I was at least trying to see how my nigga worked. Another one.
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm running my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I don't know my everybody drop when I drop.
Scratch mommy's back. Scratch with 2 hands. Put those down. Put them down. It's 2 hands. Go like this. All over. All over. Up and down. Up and down. All over. Scratch, scratch. Like this. Move your fingers. Move your fingers.
Oh, thank you, girl. You're the best scratcher ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they fucked me up one time. Because they don't know the pressures. They don't know the pressures well yet. Man, I forgot. What time Imani get out today? Lord.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Come on, set. 15-1. 15-1.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing down. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And Sanders now to return. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run now with Okoye. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw in the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check, 43. Let's put him on the bus.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
70, India. They cannot block him. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, team 6. Now.
They'll set up a throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Down. 60 outlaw. Stay situation. Go.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. A play action fake. They'll look to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down.
Not today, Satan.
Second back right around the 44. Keith Bullock coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4.
Not today,
Under
Satan.
pressure again, and down he goes again. Keith Bullock, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
How about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
Pat Tillman, the legend, in on the tackle. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will stop it well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Hey, Orbit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time is left.
That's mine, ball.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Bullock. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
Put it down. Put it down.
Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
15-1.
He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back of the 29. Mean Joe Green. Able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders.
Nope. Oh,
and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already
no
in field
secure
goal
tackler.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. A gain of 22. Now a carry here for their fullback. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Christian Okoye, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Now, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Keith Bullock in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sacked there by Ray Lewis.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
Thank you.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because... And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
You see that shit? Commercial. Very tempting. Bullshit they showing.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to it.
Under pressure, they got him again. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit.
Got him.
He quit. He quit.
Well, I guess I can go work. You like that guy.